Welcome! This is a quick tutorial for topper manufacturing racks dealers and end users. We have spent a lot of time and effort creating great references on our website to be utilized, including product information, pictures, installation, and applications. As you can see, we're started out here on the home page. At top left, we have our company logo. By clicking on this logo at any time, it'll bring you back here to this home page. At top right, in our website header here in red, we have a few social media icons, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. This is just a gentle reminder to please follow us on all social media applications. And lastly, we have a clickable email icon. By clicking on this email icon, it'll open your default email application to our info email, info@toppermfg.com. Now just below that, we have a few quick links for your convenience. The first is Find a Dealer. If you're looking for a dealer in your area, please click here and it'll open to a page dedicated to our Topper Dealer Network. This is also accessible on the Topper Dealer dropdown by clicking on Dealer Locations. Next, we have our phone number, 262-886-6918, if you need to call and get a hold of us in office. And lastly, contact us. This is another clickable email icon that'll lead you to that info email. Next, let's go through the drop-down menu categories. We'll start with Topper products. This is broken down into van racks, truck racks, knockdown racks, and accessories. Why we galvanize our topper racks. Help finding your topper rack, and this is broken down into the van rack part number guide, and then the truck rack measurement guide. Rack finishes. Again, that Topper Dealer drop-down that's broken down into dealer locations, and how to become a Topper Racks dealer. Topper News, our brochure, and lastly, About Us. As you've probably noticed, and if you scroll down just a little bit, we have a few photo sliders that are set to automatic. You can also manipulate by using these side arrows. Each promotes something about Topper Racks, and each is clickable to more information on the topic. If we scroll down just a little bit more, we have some more info on Topper manufacturing, and it's all steel galvanized Topper Racks. And lastly, what I'd like to point out on our homepage is that we have this nice interactive point of advantage photo. You're able to scroll over the photo, and at each gray circle, you'll be given more info and benefits about the Topper Rack, and in this case, the wind deflector, one of its components. Next, let's go through each category in the drop-down menu a little more thoroughly. We'll start in Topper products. Pick the van racks, and it'll open a web page dedicated to the Topper van rack. On this page, we have more information about the Topper van rack, and as you can see, we have a photo gallery that shows how the Topper rack looks on different types of vans. What I'd like to highlight here is that we have a few embedded links on this page that lead to more resources for you. The first is Find Your Van Rack Part Number. That is also up here in Find Your Rack under Van Rack Part Number Guide. I'll show that in depth a little bit later. And then next we have two installation guides. We have an installation guide here for the original Topper rack, as well as the Handyman Double Bar Van Rack. If you click on either, it'll open to the installation guide. You can use it right off the web page, or you have the options to download it to your device or print it. Next, under the Topper products, we'll look at truck racks. As you can see, it's very similar to the van rack page. Here you see we have a gallery of Topper truck racks. We offer a floor mount rack, over the cap rack, and a handyman truck rack. On this page, we have a hyperlink to the Topper truck rack installation as well. Click on there, and again, you can use it right off the web page, download it, or print it. After truck racks on the Topper product dropdown, we have knockdown racks. This page gives a photo diagram on how the rack is separated and put back together. It shares some more information on the knockdown rack and the benefits of Topper creating this option for partial shipping. Last under Topper products is accessories. Now this will open to a page, and you'll see that this is a photo gallery, but it also shares part numbers within the photo description for your convenience when looking for those accessories. Next on the drop down will be Why Galvanize. Galvanizing is the process of coating steel with a protective layer of zinc. This webpage is dedicated to more information, resources, and data on the benefits of hot-dip galvanizing steel for strength, durability, and longevity. You'll be able to understand why we choose to galvanize the topper rack. Find your rack. I'm going to start with the van rack part number guide. I'll click on it, and as the page opens, you'll see that the page is organized into van makes. To show how this works, I'm going to pretend that I have a Ford Transit van standard length to outfit with the topper van rack. What I would do is go through the van makes until I found the Ford Transit van. And once I do, I click on the picture, and it'll open to a page for the Ford Transit vans. The first option it gives me is a 130-inch wheelbase. But again, what I have is a 148-inch wheelbase standard. So I'd scroll down, find the correct option, and click on the arrow. The picture will upload to its own photo card for, again, that 148-inch wheelbase standard length van. This is a great resource for our dealers and end users. It gives the van rack part number in its entirety, but it also gives a breakdown of the rack and what's included in the description with side rail part numbers, crossbar part numbers, and hardware part numbers. Additionally, down here in the black box, it gives a knockdown part number for this van type with all that same information. Find your rack. This time I'm going to go through the truck rack measurement guide. So truck racks are a little different than van racks because we need measurements of the trucks being upfitted to ensure that the right size components are used to create the truck rack. So for the over the cap rack, we need to know the length of the truck bed, as well as the distance from the height of the cab to the top of the bed rail. For the floor mount truck rack, we need to know the height of the truck cab to the bottom of the bed corner, as well as the length of the truck bed. These measurements must be sent in with any order for a truck rack from Topper Manufacturing. Next on the drop-down menu is rack finishes. As you know, topper racks are made of high-strength steel and galvanized after fabrication. This page is to establish that, as well as to let you know that there is an option to powder paint the topper rack on top of the galvanization. Topper dealers is next. I'll start with dealer locations. It'll open to a page that's organized by state alphabetically. Using it for myself, I'm in Wisconsin, so I'd scroll through the states until I found Wisconsin. Once I found Wisconsin, I'd click it so that the information for Wisconsin dealers expands. From there, I'd go through the dealer locations and have the information I need to get in contact with the dealer of my choice. If you're interested in becoming a Topper Racks dealer, pick Topper Dealers and then How to Become a Dealer. It'll open to a page that lets you know how to initiate that application. The application can be found right here in this quick link, as well as other information we might need to process the application, such as a Wisconsin sales and use tax exempt form, a W-9, and then here we go again with another clickable email icon to our info email. Next on the Topper drop-down, we have Topper News. This page was created for any insight on the Topper Rack, media exposure, and any publication that we might appear in. If you're interested in our brochure, that's next on the drop-down menu. You can easily thumb through it virtually on site, as well as download and print. Last on the drop-down is About Us. Again, this gives more information on Topper Manufacturing and our high-strength all-steel galvanized racks. The last thing I want to show you is the footer of this website. If you scroll down to the bottom of any page, you'll find the footer. It's filled with quick links to the drop-down menus as well as Topper products. Shows our affiliations and our other product lines, as well as more contact info, including our location. That concludes our website tutorial for Topper Manufacturing. I hope you find this to be informative and helpful. Please feel free to contact us at any time with any questions you have about Topper racks. We are happy to help, and that's what we're here for. Thanks for your time.